Welcome back, my Jedi friends. And today we're going to discuss the darkness, finding hope in your darkest moments. We talk a bit about the dark night of the soul. We talk about the rite of passage that is. But if you're caught in that space, then you will think that it's the end of the world. The end of the world is nigh, folks. The end of the world is nigh. And let's just talk about what leads you there and how it normally feels. How it normally feels. So, we've talked on this channel about certain elements, and I'm going to summarize them for those of you that are new to me and don't necessarily know the message. Let's talk about the main areas that I discuss. For a start, this channel is really aimed at people with high empathy. So whether you're an empath, a healer, a light worker, spiritually inclined, or just a genuinely good person, who cares about what others think? That's usually the people that are going to be watching this. That's probably you. It's probably you. And if it's not you, then this is probably not going to make any sense at all. It's not going to make any sense, folks. The dark night of the soul, finding hope in this space. You won't need this, especially if you're a narcissist. You'll always have hope because you always believe in yourself. So anyway, folks, let's get back. Let's get back to the program. Back to the program is that everyone has to have a dark night of the soul. Everyone has to have their reality collapse around them. Everyone has to have some sort of breakdown. Now, whether that is a breakdown that sends you into a psychiatric ward or sends you catapulting towards suicide, this is very common. Suicide is very common, folks, especially with blokes. Four times more likely to be blokes than women. And that's because we think that we should have to deal with all of this in our brain, on our own, folks, on our own. Now, the reason that we have to have this breakdown is because we are here for a bigger purpose. We're here to step up. We're here to be jolted out of our discomfort, our comfortable discomfort. So most people, we're born here, we don't know what the purpose is. Is it random? Why are we here? Why do we born? Why do we exist? Now, if you've asked yourself those sort of questions in your life, then you'll already know this. If you've never asked yourself that question, and that is why your world is collapsing faster than most, because you're being challenged to start questioning it. If you've been thinking, what is the point of me being here? What is it all about? Is there any point in being on this planet? They're the sort of questions that precede this dark night of the soul. When our whole reality shifts, maybe your relationship's broken down. Maybe you've fallen out with your family. Maybe you're finding that the bullshit factor has increased so much that you just can't be bothered to deal with it anymore. These are very common symptoms, folks, very common symptoms. If you're new to the channel, well, welcome to my world. And if you're a regular, this is a reminder. It's a reminder of either what you're going through, what you're about to go through, or what you've recently gone through. So I'm not just going to talk about the dark night of the soul. I'm going to give you a hopeful message at the end of it, that this is a rite of passage and that there's something good at the end of it if you stick with the program, folks. If you resist the urge to top yourself, which is a very realistic outcome for some people. Suicide should not be under acknowledged. And most empaths will at least feel suicidal at some stage in the journey. And I think we need to be talking about this stuff. We need to be talking how normal this is, how feeling that way is just a last chance saloon to try and get you to wake up. What does waking up mean? We hear this term, wake up. What's it mean? I'm awake. I'm listening. I'm listening to you, Adam. Of course I'm awake. How could I listen to this nonsense if I was asleep? Well, depending on your angle, folks, we can all be asleep while seeming to be awake. That's the matrix. We're caught in the matrix. Oh my God, the glitch. I had a little glitchy matrix. This awareness that, hang on, maybe there's a bigger picture of life. Maybe there's something that I haven't seen before. Why is the world going completely crazy at the moment? And what am I here for? What's it all about? What's it all about, folks? What's it all about? Why? Why? Why am I here? What is life all about? What is going on in the world right now? Well, the world is cranking up the bullshit factor to get you to create boundaries in your life and to step up. And regulars will know that first we're going to step up locally and then we're going to do it more globally. How forget even the global bit at the moment because we're going to start local. We're going to start with you. What does that actually mean? What does that mean? It means you have to start with yourself. The message that I will say time and time and time again, because it cannot be repeated enough, is we have to put our own oxygen mask on first. The lunatic factor. The lunatic factor for the empath is putting everybody else before themselves. You have probably done that for most of your life. And I'm guilty of that for most of my life. Fortunately, I've reached a stage in my life now where I see the error of my ways. Was it an error? Was it a necessary part of the journey? Who knows? I'm not here to judge it. I'm not here to judge myself. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just here to give you a message, folks. It's a message. And you can take this message and even let it profoundly change your life. Or you can get on the comments and start trolling. In fact, if you want to get on the comments and start trolling, go for it, folks. I embrace it because you help my algorithm. Even the haters, even the confused, even the delusional, bring it on. The lunatics, lunatics everywhere are invited to share their opinion on this thread, folks. Dark night of the soul. And this will actually test my resilience at how far through it I am. Because if anything triggers me, then I'm not as far through it as I think I am. So this will be a very good litmus test to test whether what I'm telling you is actually worked or not. But what I can say is that once you go through this, folks, and it can be a lonely journey, it will involve deleting a lot of people from your life. It will involve saying no to a lot of people. It will involve walking away from long-term relationships and having the capacity to do that, having the certainty to do it, having the balls to do it. Certainly, the having the courage. Courage is the bottom line, folks. Courage is the bottom line. And that is a dark night of the soul. We have to venture into the unknown. There's nothing more scary than a human being than realizing that nobody has your back or thinking that nobody has your back. Thinking, I'm on my own here. I'm on my own. I need to take action. I need to do what's right for me. Now, even that sentence to an empath will sound wrong. It will sound wrong because that sounds selfish. Sounds selfish, doesn't it? Put me first, bollocks to everyone else. And yet, this is the point that everyone has to get to because ultimately life is a selfish journey. It has to be selfish for this reason, folks. If you're not doing what you love to do, you're out of alignment. And as an empath, it's easy to put other people's agendas before your own. So if you're in a relationship, whether that's family, whether it's your partner, whether it's your kids, whether it's your friends, if you're in a relationship that involves serving their purpose, serving their needs, serving their agenda, then you are out of alignment if it doesn't feel good. And here's the thing, folks, if it doesn't feel good. If it does feel good being in the relationship, if it does feel good being with your family, if it does feel good doing what you're doing, helping each other, then congratulations. You're probably not watching this video now because it's probably not relevant to you. But that's not the majority right now, folks. Not healers, empaths, light workers, people with high empathy, people that give a shit, people that are generally good. People that are generally good, people that generally go around looking to be helpful, people that generally go around looking to spread their positivity with everybody, people that want to make the world a better place. World a better place, folks. That's the demographic. That's who we're talking to here. That's you. And it's natural that you're going to go through a dark night of the soul. And it's natural that you are going to have to find your own way and get used to working out, what do I actually want? And for the average empath, that's going to be such an alien question that you've probably spent most of your life ignoring. So let me ask you this. Let me start planting seeds for you here. Here is the formula. Here's the secret, folks. Here's the secret. You're going to think back now, and you might want to relax. You might want to get comfortable. You may want to even slow down your breathing as you listen to what I have to say now. You might want to ground yourself. For those of you that don't know what grounding is, just imagine a ball of light at the center of the earth and a cord connecting to the base of your spine. And because energy follows thought, just by listening to this, you are grounded. Slow down your breathing. Now, as you relax, I want you to think about the times in your life where you felt the most connected. The things that you would do if money wasn't a necessity. What did you do? What do you do for fun? What do you love to do? What do you do to feel in flow? How do you spend your free time? These are important questions, folks. What do you love to do? There's the secret. The secret lies in what you love to do. And for so many empaths now, you've spent so long not thinking about this that it's easy to forget that all of us love to do things. There's certain things that you will love to do. And some will be how you spend your free time, relaxing, unwinding, chilling out, and what work you actually love to do. What work do you do for fun? So for me, for example, I woke up one day and I realized that creating content is something I love to do. It's easy for me. It comes effortlessly. And yet I was doing so many things that I didn't love doing to get money, to pay the bills, other people's agenda. And then I woke up one day and found this was a common thread. Whenever I was at events, whenever I was public speaking, whenever I was pitching, whenever I was doing podcasts, whenever I was being interviewed, whenever I was interviewing, whenever I was interacting with people, effortless, effortless. And you will have stuff that you love to do that is effortless. It's effortless. What have you done in your life that you would do for fun? There lies the secret. There lies the formula, folks. That's where it's at. It's where it's at, folks. It's where it's at. And there is a way to take what you love to do work-wise and to make that your new path. Maybe you're going through the struggle for a reason so that you can use your story to help others. That is a common path for an empath. And it's a possibility of where you find yourself right now. But the bottom line is that you're being propelled in this direction for a reason. And that may not be 100% apparent right now, but you know what you love to do, and that's where your focus needs to shift to right now. So, folks, with that seed planted, and you may be getting some ideas now, or they may need time to pop into your head. But what we have done, we've planted the seed. What do you love to do? Keep asking yourself this question. What do I love to do? What would I do more of if I could? If money was no object, how would I spend my time? The secret to your way out of the dark night of the soul is to focus on those questions, folks. Focus there and you'll get your next step. You might not see what your divine purpose is yet, because the universe only tends to show us the next step. And when you're not getting the next step, it gives you a dark night of the soul to wake you up, to disconnect the matrix, folks. My Jedi friends, disconnect. You will disconnect from the matrix. You will unleash your lunacy, your inner lunatic. You will stop giving a shit what other people think about you being yourself. You will start speaking your mind where you feel it needs to be spoken so that you can feel more aligned. You can feel better about yourself. You can stop giving a shit about other people's opinions and you can start owning your power. Own your power, my Jedi friends. My Jedi friends, own your power. And there it is. There's the reason for the dark night of the soul. And that is the light at the end of the tunnel that will get you out of it, folks. Focus on what you want, what makes you feel good. Speaking your truth, of not tolerating bullshit, and of saying no to people who serially offend on encroaching your boundaries. Do all of this, folks, and you will move yourself faster out to the light at the end of the tunnel from the dark night of the soul. Some of you have been through the dark night of the soul. Some of you are going through the dark night of the soul. And some of you are sitting on the precipice of about to go through it, worried about where it's going to lead. And that's completely understandable as well. It's completely understandable. So you're entitled to be a little bit worried about it. It's not an easy journey, but it is very necessary. It is very necessary. In the same way that if you wanted to go to the moon, you would have to get into a spaceship or a vehicle that would get you there. And getting in that and worrying about what happens next could be a reason to worry. But if you don't get in that vehicle, you'll never get to the moon. Never get to the moon, folks. Get to the moon. And now, my Jedi friends, you're going to embrace your inner lunacy. You're going to be utterly selfish until you understand exactly what it is that makes your heart sing. And once you've found that, anyone that actually matters, that really gives a shit about you, will celebrate the current part of the journey that you're on. And anyone that doesn't should never be on that train anyway. This is a big reveal. It's a big reveal. It's a Scooby-Doo moment, folks, where they pull off the sheet. Ah, there it is. And I would have got away with it if it wasn't for those pesky narcissists. You're being called, my friends. You're being called. And if you feel that calling, if I am speaking to your soul right now, then I strongly suggest, if you're not already, that you like and subscribe to the channel because I'll help you. This video is just one piece of the jigsaw. Like and subscribe, my Jedi friends. If you want more content, there it is there. If you want the full moon, there it is there. Embrace your lunacy, my friends, and be who you were meant to be.